If you thumbs down this video, you can swallow a dick bag. A bag of them, you meat sword swallowers. One car we saw recently on Facebook was this wild Honda Integra with a bit of LS action. The guy's got the engine in the front of that Integra, but he's also going to fit one in the back, hoping to make about 1750 wheel horsepower and do half-mile events. Pretty wild car. As usual, comments float in. Not that impressive. It's always not that impressive. It's just an obsolete engine design that's barely been modified, since the only good point is cheap. Yes, the LS engine concept was drawn originally in 1940. It's not even a petrol quad cam V8. Imagine trying to fit a quad cam V8 engine in the front and rear of a Honda. But don't worry about the LS. Its only good attributes is that it makes pretty good power and it's cheap, and it's small. Those three things going for it, why would you even use it? Hashtag #quit.
Presenting a world-class luxury car Australia can be proud of, the Turbo Cafe is a stunning combination of advanced technology and unashamed luxury. From its stylish exterior to its elegant interior, including electronically controlled automatic transmission with push-button power mode and computer-controlled 4-speaker stereo sound. The automatic Turbo Cafe is on the road at $30,790 from Holden, Australia's driving future.
You've got to come back with me! Where?
Back to the future!
That's not a real street car per se. If the engine is all done up, sure, it might be driven on the street and then at the drags, but have a stock VL turbo and stock engine internals, and then we'll see what that does down the quarter mile. So hang on. So for this to be a street car in this bloke's eyes, it's got to be all returned to stock trim. What does a VL run? 8 pounds, non-intercooled, and then it's a street car that runs 15s. Yeah, but that's not a real street car. If you drive your car to the track, run an 8, drive it home, not a street car. Now, we all know most politicians are completely out of touch with the real world. Here's yet another example of how stupid they are. This came about after a fatal truck accident in Queensland, and the Roads Minister, Melinda Pavey, suggested a unique solution to keep the drivers focused.
The technology now is so advanced, a driver can be driving and get an electric shock if they look away from the windscreen for more than 2 seconds.
Just think about it. You're driving a loaded 40-ton truck and all of a sudden you cop an electric shock. We're pretty sure this could easily be implemented. You just want to make sure you didn't up the juice too much, or you could see some serious shit.
Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Larry!
Larry, you can't just... Oh,
Larry! Oh, are you all right? How did...
Larry!
Can the guy with the Evo please message me and I will come to you and teach you how to launch properly?
If the son of a bitch listened to me, we wouldn't hardly ever lose a race.
Hang on, it looks like we've got a real pro in the house here.
2 World of Outlaw championships, 3 All-Star wins, 7 straight feature wins.
Here's a bit of a contentious subject. Just recently, the Queensland Police Union basically came out and said that, yeah, speed cameras do raise revenue. What a surprise. They publicly acknowledge that covert and hidden speed cameras do not save lives, are indeed nothing more than revenue raisers for the state government, confirming the public's perception that hidden camera vans and trailers have no effect on reducing the road toll. Well, far out. I think we all know that's true. But not everyone agrees, you know. There's some bootlickers still out there. Oh, here's a comment. A comment from a typical soy-drinking beta male cuck. I love speed cameras. Means they raise revenue from speeders rather than me through increasing registration. Here's yet again, another quality comment on YouTube. F*** Australia. Too stupid to drive in the correct side of the road. And f*** those other dumb shit countries like England, New Zealand and Hong Kong. F*** them all. Well, I wonder what type of country this guy's from.
I'm a proud shitholer. Shitholer, 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 shitholer. Shitholers built this country. I'm proud to be a shitholer.
One subject you like to talk about all the time is new cars. What's on the horizon at the moment? Yeah, I see Hyundai's got the second generation of the Veloster. And if I remember correctly, I think you were lucky enough to drive the first generation. You were highly... gave it a lot of praise, didn't you? Yeah, the turbo version, the first generation, it was probably one of the worst cars I've ever driven. The engine and gearbox, like, you know how some cars just work well together, like a Honda? They seem to have good, they mesh well together. This was the complete opposite. It was an automatic, some sort of automatic gearbox. It was so lazy. That car did nothing. It was so slow, and when it did come on power, it was pretty average. So one word to describe it. And the build quality was pretty average on the car too. Complete and utter nugget. Oh, yeah. For the money they were selling it for at the time, you'd hope this new one would be a lot better. The new one does look a lot better. Yeah. The N version. Yeah, the N version. That may not come to Australia though. The N version is a little bit like the i30N, which is this 200 kilowatt front drive thing. But one thing I'm curious about, what is with this pale blue? I see Juno saying it looks fantastic. I don't know what your thoughts are. I reckon it looks terrible. It's okay. But you'd want to hope they offer... Surely they'll offer, the more mundane... Well, these weird colours I don't reckon will date well. I mean, kind of bright oranges and... Another bad colour you're seeing in the industry too is this weird thing Audi are doing it, some of the other car manufacturers... Boat Anchor Grey. Yeah, just Boat Anchor Grey. It looks like the car's painted in primer and they put some gloss over it. It's rubbish. Yeah, I don't think it's going to date very well. It's not silver or charcoal. It's not like classic colours. It's just this plain grey. And then you're starting to see, well, more than starting, guys are painting their cars after market in it. I personally don't get it. Maybe I'm the odd one out. You see the new Camaro is going to have a 7-speed manual. Yeah, I wonder how, if the gate's, much tighter. I've never driven anything more than a 6-speed manual. And HSV are going to be selling them, aren't they? Yeah. But everyone thinks that they're shorter ratios. It's not. You're just getting an extra overdrive gear purely for... emissions, really, fuel economy. It's going to be in a different price bracket too. It's kind of its main rival, the Mustang in Australia. It's going to be, well, it's pretty 30 grand more or something. Oh, easy. Yeah. You're probably looking at 100 grand for an NA Camaro, which is pretty pricey. What are your thoughts on the latest, this 2018 or 2019, whatever the year they dictated is, this new Mustang? I personally prefer the existing Mustang. The headlights go down. Yeah, I'm not sold on this front end. I think it looks like they're just having to change it for the hell of it to make a new model. I don't think it works at all. Yeah, but the engine's a bit different. It's direct injection now. Well, I think it's got both, hasn't it? It's got direct and port fuel injection. I could be wrong on that. Good cars, great motors, respond really well to mods. Yeah, Pity they obviously we went from the Ford that had the supercharged V8. Now we're just getting the Mustang. It's an NA. But obviously there's aftermarket kits out there that are proving their worth pretty quickly. Now, speaking of some odd styling, have you seen that new McLaren Senna? Yeah, that's just a little bit They've kind of taken away the pretty funky rear end that McLarens have, and they've just got this kind of straight back. It's got the whole car actually has a bit of criticism. Yeah. Not taking away anything. Looks like a brilliant car. I think the performance is pretty out there, but the styling on it is just odd. McLaren have always had a very unique style, and it's pretty hard to criticise, and they're very good looking cars. But this Senna as well, I think it's also painted in your favourite, a shade of Boat Anchor Grey, I think it is. You see the McLaren 720S in Australia? Yeah, that is one fast car. Its starting price is, so Americans wouldn't be used to how expensive cars are here and the difference. I mean, we do obviously have things like currency exchange is different and so forth, but still, the starting price is 515 grand. And if you fully option the car, it goes up to 690. So it's over 170 grand in options. 690 grand in Melbourne, you could probably these days get, what, a one-bedroom apartment? Yeah, 30 cash from the city. One thing, all that money on the McLaren, and one thing they haven't got right is the interior. Well, not all the interior, but some of the interior options. I mean, look at this. What is going on with these interior highlights? I think they call that the auto salon option. Or maybe back in the day, even the Holden option, the real bogan, let's just get bright colours with bright paint. Yeah, I'd expect better from that. You're spending that kind of money, but anyway. And the comments just keep rolling in. This time it's about a pretty wild HSV Maloo. Obsolete, externally balanced engine design concept from 1940, and that's not even a quad cam petrol V8 engine. When does this bloke think overhead cam was invented? Why do people care so much about what's inside an engine? As long as it goes well and does what it needs to, does it really matter?
I don't understand either. It's overhead cam, overhead valve. I don't understand why it is such a big thing. The advantage of an overhead valve engine, like an LS, it's small. Do they understand how small the engine is compared to these quad cam V8s that Ford have are massive in comparison.
No one's denying they are more efficient.
They are more efficient, they'll make more power, but it's not like the LS hasn't proven itself as a great engine. It's small, it's cheap. What more could you really want?
Yeah, but don't let that distract you that Hector's going to be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines.
Nah, enough. I'm sick of these losers posting this garbage on Facebook and thinking it's funny. I mean, seriously. People read your posts and just think, wanker.
Yeah, what are you, 6?
So why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?